Hello everyone, I am Ion Chanushe and I am the designer of the precision knife sharpening system iSharpW. Today I will introduce you to the feature of this new innovative sharpening system, present few safety instructions, calibration and use of the system. The most important innovation of iSharpW is the integration of a precision digital angle gauge into the mechanical design that controls the sharpening angle. Strong neodymium magnets are used for the construction of a 6-inch long magnetic strip to hold in position knife up to 12-inch long. So here I can show this is an 8.5-inch knife on 0 position, and of course we can then tilt in the desired angle for sharpening that is indicated on the angle gauge. The whetstone rod holding tower is designed to allow 360 degrees of angle with no restriction reaching the extremis of the knives, right or left, up to 12-inch in length. Additional, the tower is mounted on a rail, so can be positioned to the left side or the right side of the system to address any interference with the knife handle. So, for example, if the tower is in the middle here, you see that when I will position the stone on top, I will have toward the end interference from the handle. So in this case, I will move the tower on the right side, and then, as you can see here, we can reach to the end of the knife with no interference from the handle. Few safety recommendations. First of all, please read all 12 pages of the iSharpW owner instruction manual. Then with the package is also one sheet of paper about neodymium magnet safety. Please read it carefully. Actually one of the most important item is that you should wear protection gloves, the cut protection gloves, which are relatively cheap, and they're pretty flexible, so will not really bother too much you during the sharpening operation. And it's very important that you will learn and set up your own strategy eventually how to approach the knife to the magnetic strip, because it can be a sudden movement that may create safety issues. So first of all, to make sure that the barrel will not move around when you install the knife, lock it very strongly in place, and then you approach the magnetic strip on the barrel with the back of the knife, so the sharpen edge up. The reason why you should do that, because you give to the magnet a smaller area for action. So if you go with a flat part, you're going to have a huge or a lot of metal approaching suddenly to the magnet, and that can make it difficult for you to handle the knife. So you approach it and let the magnet to attract in whatever position it's coming naturally. Then you can let it down on the right side. So now a magnetic force will be, it's very strong now. It's holding the knife, no problem. Eventually, you can move the knife to position the edge in the desired location and position parallel with the barrel. You'll see later. But then when you remove the knife from the magnetic strip, you will try to go back to the original position and then point it up again and remove it. Calibration and setting the sharpening angle. Calibration needs to be done each time you change the sharpening stone, even if it's on the same holder from top to bottom. Now we're going to calibrate for the stone that is on the bottom 240 grit level. So first you unlock the barrel, so the barrel will move freely. You will notice how the angle gauge follows that movement. Then you'll place the stone on top and adjust the barrel angle until the top surface is perfectly aligned with the stone. So something like there. And this time I will slightly lock the barrel, and I can see we have a reading of 0.3 degrees. So what I will do, I will press the 0 button, and that will be the reference, 0 for my measurements. Then every movement of the barrel will reference to that 0. So now if I want to have a 15 degrees of angle for my sharpening, I'm going to set that on the gauge, 15.0. Okay, let me see, type T. And then I'm going to lock very strongly the barrel on this position. Okay, so now I have that adjusted, and we are ready to start a sharpening session. It's a good idea to keep notes pertinent to each knife, record the sharpening angle and sharpening position of the knife. Now it's time to talk about operating the iSharpW. So actually I've done something here that I need to explain again. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about space preparation. You'll need to have the knife that you want to sharpen, some water, a brush to wet the stones, a magnifier glass, a masking tape that I have, and of course you have to have some paper towel, and the most important, the cut protection gloves. So what I'll do first, I will install masking tape on the barrel itself, on the top surface where the knife is held, and I'll do that because of two reasons. One is because I want to mark the position of the knife while I'm going from one side to another to sharpen, and I want to come back exactly in the same position. And the other reason is that the magnetic strip of the iSharpW, it's actually showing a metallic surface on the holding area. So metal with metal of the knife, you may have some scratches. You don't want to do that to a good knife. So then very fast I'm going to recalibrate this, so to make sure that with the tape we have exactly the same thing. But you know, I can see here we are exactly on the same 0, 0, and then I have to put back the 15-degree angle, 15.1. Now sometimes it's hard to keep it on or set it exactly on that. Okay, 15.0 looks like it's holding very tight, and now it's time to install the knife. And this is very important. You want to have mostly a knife as difficult as the one that I will use for this example. You want to install it and make sure it's symmetrical from you know, in two areas. So first it's symmetrical on the 6-inch strip, so what is left and right should be the same distance, you know, and also the average straight line of this curvature should be parallel with the holding barrel. So I will better, and you'll see better that when I will take a picture of it. So you like that the edge to sharpen to be pretty much in line or about and not exceeding the barrel outside diameter. So you can look from the top and find a symmetrical position from left to right. Okay, I'm going to put it a little bit on the right here, and then this one should be, well, about that. You can see here better how and what I meant by positioning the edge of the knife symmetrically. So please use that. Now let me see. Looks like I need to adjust also the towel for avoiding any interference, so I will not have interference with the handle. So now that's very important. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark on the tape. I'm going to mark this position. So when I come back, I will have it very well. Okay, so here at the edge, also I will mark the line. So, because eventually you may want to keep this tape and use it next time you sharpen the knife, the same knife. So actually a bigger pen will be better for these long marks. Yeah. And as I said, if I'm close to be symmetrical on both sides, it will be okay. So it's not really that critical for the accuracy, but just in case, I'm going to mark on the knife the area where the end of the barrel is. Okay, now after I will do, as I mentioned, no pressure and very long strokes to use the whole area of the stone. Now I will move on the other side. So, okay, you can see the markings over there. Make sure that I have both edges pretty much marked. And then, you know, I will definitively consider that a symmetrical position will be what I want to have right now here. So let me see, I'm looking even at the edge mark, and I will try around, let's see, around here. Okay, well, look from the top. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll mark this, and I will mark the back of the knife position. So all set. Then okay, now obviously I have to move the tower on the other side to avoid any interference. So you don't need to go very fast or extremely slow, but you know, just take your time. Mostly that this will be used on knives that will very much be a process of restoring of good sharp wedge. Of course, assuming that I am calibrated on the other side, the next step will be to go with the high end. And what you will see with the high end, with the higher grade level stones, you will see that as soon you manage to bring the surface at the grid level, you'll feel like you'll feel like the stone is sticking to the blade, which means that you have brought that surface to the grid level of the stone you use. Well, this concludes the operation. Follow up all the instructions and recommendation, and at any time you can call us, check out our website about more information. The instruction manual is there, and this video will be also linked to our website. Thank you very much for your attention. iSharpW is a system that will give you the confidence that the angle you use for sharpening is exactly what you intended to, and you can repeat that over and over at any time. So you can have and do actually more sophisticated edges using a different profile, like multiple sharpening angle. So you'll have a relatively rounded edge that will create much stronger blade. So you will have to sharpen less, or at longer interval you need to sharpen your knife. I thank you very much for taking the time to see our presentation of iSharpW, and At any time you can go to our website. You'll see that at the end of my presentation the website will be listed there. But you know, Ion Electronics, if you do a Google search, you're gonna find us. So thanks again, and have a wonderful day.